So recently I attended the D23 Expo, and they had lots of awareness for the Little Mermaid 30th anniversary, and I can't blame them one bit. Growing up, it was one of my absolute favorite Disney movies, and of course, Capcom created an awesome game for the NES. Because, you know, Capcom and Disney are a winning combination. Okay, so right off the bat, I will say that the setup for this game is kinda weird, and by which I mean, I'm not exactly sure the time period that this game takes place in. So it opens up during the Kiss the Girl scene. Isn't that odd? Would you ever think that a game based on a movie would turn up more than halfway through? Strange choice, huh? So Sebastian, Flounder, and Scuttle come to Ariel and tell her that Ursula is causing trouble in the sea and that she needs to go down and stop her. Don't know why they didn't just go talk to King Triton for that, but whatever. So Ariel then tells Prince Eric all about her being a mermaid and having to go stop Ursula. Whoa, wait a minute, what? I thought she couldn't talk. Yeah, by this point in the story, she would have already lost her voice, so what the heck? I guess Capcom figured kids wouldn't think that deeply into it back then. Ha! They're lucky the internet didn't exist at that time. There would have been comments left and right about the inaccuracies. So anyways, Ariel returns to the ocean and just becomes a mermaid, I guess. Yeah, there's no explanation on how she changed back, so I don't know. So right away, you'll notice that Ariel has some nice turnaround animation. While most NES games just has the character turn around in one frame, it is cool to see a lot of detail go into something so simple. So by pressing A, you have Ariel flick her tail to create bubbles. What use do these bubbles do? Well, Ariel's method of attacking is to trap enemies inside these bubbles and then use them as projectiles. But also, this tail flick serves as a way to dig in the sand to find items and weapons. Pressing B will make you swim faster, which really comes in handy when avoiding lots of projectiles on the screen. Throughout the levels, you can find these orbs inside treasure chests. At first I wasn't quite sure what they did, but their use is to power up your strength to move large rocks and the effectiveness of your bubbles. Effectiveness of your bubbles. Man, that is a weird line to say. When you're without any of these orbs, it can take 2 flicks of your tail to put the enemies into bubbles, but with the power-ups, it will only take 1. So I had one of those moments while fighting Ursula. I was trapping the fish in the bubbles and then swimming up to throw them at her horizontally and making things harder for myself. When I suddenly remembered, you can just throw them upwards. Yeah. So after Ursula's normal form, she changes into her supersized form, and really, this form is easier to beat than her first one. There's no chasing the fish to trap them in bubbles, they come to you. And by shooting up now that I know that that's a thing, it's pretty easy actually. One more thing. To my knowledge, there is no way to get your health up, unless I'm just missing it, but throughout the entire game, I was never able to fill up these 2 life meters. I'm sure there is something, but if I couldn't find it on a normal playthrough, kids back then in the 90s probably wouldn't be able to find it either. So I feel it should have been easier to come across in the game. Since, you know, the game is more marketed towards kids. Older gamers can play it just fine, but in difficulty, it's pretty easy. Not to say that I didn't die once or twice, but overall, you can tell that the game was designed with a sense of ease in mind. So with all that, it's kinda weird that it wouldn't be more obvious how to fill up your health. But overall, this game is still a lot of fun, and I always enjoy revisiting the 8-bit world under the sea.